Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and werewolves. So we're on Native American belief and shamanism now. So let's see how we go on with this. Most European werewolf legends seem to imply that actual physical transformations were taking place. I call it flawed reporting at the time period, but that's what people back then thought was happening. Flesh into furry flesh. To present a case that something or other was taking place, best dig a bit deeper, I think, into evidence. Evidence that's actually hidden in plain sight, obscured by lack of understanding from those who experience the phenomena. Obscured plain sight clues can come together in compelling ways. So let's shift our focus to clues that indicate werewolves might be something other than physical. Let's go beyond belief systems of those who thought werewolves were flesh and blood beings. Now, it's possible they're flesh and blood beings, but let's just skip that and look into something a bit deeper. It's easy to be misled or fooled by our own senses, you know. And it's true. It's our own minds. Our minds can create such amazing things. After weighing all the evidence, meshing lycanthropy with other hidden mysteries that we're now trying to understand much better than what we did back then with scientific advancement and not occasional validation of ancient theory, I think I can say in confidence that if there is such thing as a werewolf, I don't think it's physical, fur and fang kind. It could be, but let's look at the notion that non-physical werewolves are the only kinds of shapeshifters possible. I'm not saying that's true, but let's just look at it like it is. In the occult universe, as we know it, that's what they say. We can point to a culture with a belief system that not only accepted such a possibility, but also thoroughly integrated the possibility. In other words, was there a culture in which animal-human hybrids were an accepted part of spiritual cosmology? It's interesting to think that that could be the case. Shamanistic cultures from all around the world, including Native American cultures, fully blends worlds of spirit and the physical. With their experience earned unique viewpoints, shamanistic cultures, well, they had a deep insight into why humankind became fascinated by a belief in the metamorphosis of humans into animal forms. They really did. Let's example Native American legends, shape-shifting, you know. Let's move the focus. Wolves, both natural and supernatural, permeate Native American cultures. It could be that their seeming group mind and orderly methods of hunting and surviving were admired by various tribes. Whatever the initial reason for it was, the introduction of wolf imagery, legends, and even names into Native American culture was impressive. Someone thinking of ancient China would find it hard not to see at least one stylized dragon in the mind's eye when you thought of it. The wolf would be just as apt when thinking of Native Americans. Cherokee people held the wolf in high esteem. No ordinary tribe member would kill one for fear of the wolf's pack seeking retribution. Only a specially trained member of the tribe's wolf clan could kill a wolf, either for ritual use of the parts or because a particular pack had become too threatening to the tribe's safety. The Cheyenne had a legend about a tribe member who was near death and rescued by wolves, and that seemed to have mystical attributes. The tribe maintained a closeness with the animals, resulting in various folk beliefs. A wolf found asleep at dawn, for instance, was believed to be close to death. Also, hunters in the tribe would rub wolf fur on arrows before hunting to ensure good luck. Sioux tribes believed the wolves were really spirits in a dog-like form. Considering how Christmas appears in so many werewolf tales from Europe, it's interesting that the Sioux thought of the December full moon as moon when the wolves run together. Another stellar connection to wolves was found in the Pawnee tribe, who considered the star we call Sirius to be the wolf star. We call it the dog star in astronomy. It's not really a big stretch, so is it wolf dog, you know. The wolf star ran along the Milky Way, which was called the Wolf Road, and its movement suggested that a great wolf spirit was coming and going from the underworld as the star rose and settled in the night sky. Other tribes called the Pawnee wolves because of their hunting powers and the ability to prowl like creatures and make long journeys. In recent years, a particular tribe of Native Americans had grown in notoriety thanks to Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series of novels and the accompanying movies. While she took a few liberties with her tale, adding cold ones to introduce vampires into mythology, Meyer did base a good amount of fictional things to real. Yeah, she did. This is Quelet or Quelutu, the Quileut tribe. Quileut tribe. So, because of the popularity of Twilight and how it replaced Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles for a new generation of vampire fans, an increasing number of questions have been received from those who want to know if there's any truth in the Maze vampires. Such curious folks. I say what I wrote in Vampires, the occult truth still applies. I don't think you'll be running into an Edward anytime soon, ladies, okay? You're safe. The Quileut, or a real tribe, still living in the Pacific Northwest on a reservation they secured with a treaty in 1855. It's called La Push in modern times. While the numbers are depleted, a recent unofficial count of numbers them at around 750. Some of their legends, they are fantastic, and they survive among the people there. They have their own tribal council and business open to public, including a resort. Oh yeah, and they really claim to be descended from wolves. According to the most ancient legends of the people, this tribe was formed when a travelling mystic, a shape-shifter, came across a wolf while wandering through what would become the tribe's lands. The shapeshifter transformed the wolf into a man, creating the first tribal man. Because of his ability to change to the shape of another, the mystic has been called the Transformer. The knowledge of how many wolves this Transformer was supposed to have turned into men and women is lost to time, but the tribe was born. Despite their legend of descending from wolves, the tribe was not tied to a particular animal spirit in its mythical pursuits. As with many other Native American cultures, a rite of passage involved having a young boy go on a vision quest in search of his own personal totem. Well, the Q tribe call this animal spirit a taxalit. Once they discovered the identity of the spirit, the person in the tribe would pray to both it and the greater universal spirit, depending, of course. Usually, it's both. Many boys would have likely been a wolf because, well, it's important, isn't it? It's very important in their creation legend and the way that they live. You know, it seems just as likely that the spirit could have been a salmon, though, since an important ritual of the tribe is designed to coax the help of a salmon spirits into having scores of fish fill the nets for the tribe. I mean, that also, it makes sense. Unlike in the Twilight stories, there's no prevailing belief that the Q boys will turn back into wolves at any point in time, nor is there an ages-old war with vampires. Supernatural creatures, you know. I mean, there's Duskia, tail-paired child snatcher, exist in lore. A legend obviously implies that shapeshifters like the Transformer are out there. But werewolves are not found in the woods these days, it seems. Tribes located in this particular area of the Northwest practice bizarre wolf rituals, something that's certainly worth mentioning. I mean, The Nootka, for example, believe that long ago, a young man was stolen by wolves and befriended by them. They sent the man back to the people to teach the others wolf rites that would grant them powers from the wolves. The ritual attributed to this legend was typically performed before the full moon at the start of winter. Again, Christmas time enters the wolf legend. It sounded like quite a psychodramatic ritual, too, as if it was being designed to simulate a kidnapping by wolves. The wolves of the ritual were tribal elders wearing wolf masks made of real wolf skins. The chosen participant of the ritual was taken by the wolf men and put through various ordeals, such a concept of suffering or proverbial passing through the fire. That was common in the rituals, initiation ones, in most cultures. At the end of the ordeals, the changed individual was allowed to come back to the tribe. After the initiation, the participant was supposed to possess new wolf-like powers. Similar rituals had been practiced at one point by the Q tribe, considering the latter's origin tale and close proximity to the Nootka. Even if the Q did practice a ritual, it is still not a technique designed to shapeshift, of course, but it's a colourful form of initiation that helps cement the importance of the Pacific Northwest tribes in lore of werewolves. That's very, very interesting. You know, I love all the Native American culture. I think it's beautiful. And I have a shaman that I do when I need healing. That's who I will see, is the shaman. And he's great, very knowledgeable. Anyway, that's the end of this part of the werewolves. When we come back, we'll go to the Navajo. And yeah, we'll bring Christopher Columbus in there too, because he's kind of needed for that particular story, isn't he? If you remember it, of course. Thank you for listening, and many blessings.